Coming up on this episode of Nioa TV, Bushy gets his anaconda out.
Yeah, baby!
We catch up with Tim Lesser from Leupold.
The VX3 has been in our product lineup for centuries. Not centuries, hasn't been quite that long.
Ken reminisces about the 1800s and his very first air rifle.
And my dad, when I was, like I said, I was only 4 years old, he decided that I needed an air rifle, which all responsible parents would do.
All this and more coming up on Australia's favourite shooting show, Nioa TV. The Colt snake guns are back. Popular revolvers like the Colt Python and the Colt King Cobra. But you know what? I want something different. Bushy, what have you got that's different?
So Matt said he wanted me to do something different for this episode. I don't know what's different. So, let's go and have a look. That's different. Only 5 of these in the country. Brand new, Ruger exclusive, stainless walnut. But I don't think it's different. Nice looking anchorets with a GRS stock. Keep going. Some Adlers. I shot one of them not long ago, didn't I? Yeah, triple barrel. Oh, Bushmeisters. Look at that. A 410 single barrel. A snake gun. That's what they buy them for. We sell a lot of that. What? Oh, here's some lollies. How about this? I've got it. Snake gun. There it is. Have a look at this little beauty. A Colt Anaconda. The biggest snake in the world. That'll do. So here we are with our Colt Anaconda. As you can see, it's clear, so I can close her up and have a bit of a play. The first thing I'd like to say about these guns, and the Python's the same, is this beautiful satin stainless finish. I'm not a super big fan of bright stainless, like it's okay, but this is just sweet. Pythons have been around when I first started pistol shooting in the 70s. They kind of discontinued the model, brought it back. Certainly in the last couple of years, they brought all the big wheel guns back, and they call it the snake guns, you know, because it's a snake family. This is 44 Magnum, hence Anaconda, the biggest snake you can buy. The Hogue grips on this, they call them over-molded grips, but they're actually recoil reducing as well. I think that'll be important when we shoot it. But I tell you what, it's a leaf spring action, an interesting leaf spring like that rather than a bent one that you get in a Smith & Wesson or something like that, but it's just polished like glass. And I'll do this, but you can see there's no notch, there's no nothing. It's absolutely smooth. And you pay a lot of money to a gunsmith to get that. So I think it's super impressive as far as that goes. So they make a 6-inch and an 8-inch, but it gives you a greater sight radius, which is much better for longer steel silhouette shooting and things like that. Got a beautiful red ramp front sight on it and a fully adjustable rear sight. All good things you need for target shooting, because that's what we use these things for. The other thing is it's drilled and tapped for an optical sight. And because I'm blind, I'm wishing we were doing that. So many people are going to that option, and I do understand it, because the thing is, if you're not lining sights up properly on a handgun, you ain't hitting anything. So as I pointed out before, double action or single action. And I'm gonna shoot at single action because that's the kind of guy I am. But look, we keep talking about shooting it. Why don't we go to the range? I reckon this is gonna be a bit of fun. And Matthew, it's gonna be different. Told you.
It's down there, Bushy.
Oh. But it's got the thing that's the same. So here we are at the range as promised. 25 metre mark. Thought we'd have a lash from here. Federal Power Shock, probably the most popular 44 Magnum ammo we sell. 240 grain. They do a 180, but that's for wusses. I'm shooting a 240. I cannot see a thing. My director, Josh, wasn't very happy with my last performance. So he's made me go and do it again. So I actually tried a lot harder, still struggled to see the target, but really did focus on the sights and trigger control because I haven't shot a handgun for a while. Oh mate, I think I've made the director happy. Have a look at that. But please don't ask me to do that again, because I'm pretty sure I can't. I'm happy with that.
Hey, where's Shrek?
Oh mate, that's a good question. I think he's actually down in the range burning a CDS dial. But listen, before we get there, let's catch up with Tim Lesser from Leupold.
Hi, I'm Tim Lesser. I'm the Vice President of Product and Marketing at Leupold & Stevens. I'm here in Australia visiting from Oregon where our factory is, and today I'd like to walk through some of our products. The VX5 HD is one of our most popular platforms in the hunting line, and the VX5 honestly is the best value in hunting rifle scopes that's out there. You start on 3 power, go all the way up to 15 power, so it's almost like getting 2 scopes in one. This is on a 30mm main tube, has a locking 2-turn dial, so we can really take advantage of those CDS applications, and it locks again back on 0, so you have no worries about this getting bumped in the field, but it's easy to adjust for a longer shot when you want to do that. On the VX5, the 3 to 15 by 44, we have a couple of different reticle options. One is the Windplex reticle. And really the best way to think about this is like a standard duplex type of a reticle, but now you've got some marks along the horizontal crosswire there that allow you to account for things like windage. So you can use your CDS dial to account for the bullet drop, but now you've got markings in there that will account for left and right placement of the bullet as well. Really adds some versatility to the reticle while not cluttering up your field of view. Our custom dial system, or CDS, has become very popular for us, and the reason for that is that it's incredibly easy to account for longer distance shots.
G'day, Shrek here from Nioa TV. Today, we're going to be fitting a new Leupold rifle scope to my beautiful old Ruger 77 Mark I in 22-50. So we've mounted a scope, we've bore-sighted the rifle. Now we're going to shoot some Remington high-performance rifle in 22-50. It's a 55 grain soft point over the chronograph. And then they're going to burn me a dial.
Basically what you do is we match the dial to your specific ammo. And so now we know what the trajectory of the bullet will look like. We engrave that on the dial to match.
We've been to the range, we've shot our 3-shot average, we've got our velocities from our ammunition out of our chronograph. Alex, have you got time to burn us a dial?
Yeah, mate, let's get into it.
Thanks.
And now you just simply range the distance, and let's say it's 400 yards, 400 meters. You turn the dial to the 4, and wherever you set your crosshairs, that's exactly where the bullet's going to hit. Very fast, very accurate, and matched to your specific trajectory.
So I dialed it to 100. That's my little group at 100. This is my first sight-in shot here. I've dialed in a little bit finer. That's what I call CDS dialed in.
I'm Tim Lesser with Leupold, and thank you for watching Nioa TV.
When you start talking about products from the olden days, it's important to send in an expert. And we've got just the expert, Ken Stevens.
Well, welcome everyone to what could be my very last Nioa TV edition. I remember one day when my dad told me we're going on a bit of a special trip and he was going to get me a surprise. I was only 4 years old. He decided that I needed an air rifle, which all responsible parents would do. We ended up with what we have right here, my original Jacado Model 27, which I've had now for close on 61 years. It's funny how things go around. I'm getting to the stage where I can't cock it anymore either. But no, I'm kidding. I can still cock it. I had these tin cans up on the top of this pile of timber and I couldn't hit a can to save my life. But for some reason, the unluckiest mouse in the world decided to walk along the top of this timber, and with one shot, to more my surprise than the mouse's, I actually shot this poor old mouse, and ever since then I've been very careful about what I decide to shoot at and what I don't. So that's the original story, and as a comparison, I thought I'd drag out something a bit more modern. This Ducato is a descendant of the Diana brand, so it's a very similar style of air rifle, only built 60 years apart. So we thought we might chronograph them both. Stick with me, people, we'll see what we can do.
Definitely nothing.
Nothing. Now, Adam here is having a few technical issues with getting this chronograph to work. I expect it all to go swimmingly any minute now.
Nothing.
What? I'm starting to get a bit bored with this now. But anyway, we're going to move on. If you go right back to season 1, episode 2, Bushy did a little bit of biscuit shooting. And we thought we might put our own personal slant on the old biscuit shooting escapades. So stick with us.
Let's go and shoot the biscuits.
Shortbread creams. The biscuits are going down, baby. Uh-oh, we've had a failure. Oh, you winged that one, you winged that one. Now see, we're gonna have a bit of a problem here now. I know in there it's just like this, just blur. We'll get old Faithful back on the job here. I've got a feeling this is gonna be a walkover. Die, you suckers. For something equally as pointless as the rest of the exercise here today, we've lined up some bickies, and now we're going to try both of these rifles and see which one will penetrate the most. Only, look, here's the pellet, still largely intact. We've gone through 3 and barely touched the 4th one. That's penetration, baby. The bar has not been set all that high. Let's see how the Diana goes. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? That's the other one. Diana wins. It's gone through 4. It's broken 4. The other one, oh, and into the 5th. The new Diana rifle that you can still buy today, it's actually quieter, got more penetration. But having said that, the other one's got character, and I've had it for 61 years. This has been a completely useless, useless segment, but it was fun. I'm going now.
At Nioa, as a company, we support Legacy Brisbane, which does an amazing job helping to support families of those impacted through the loss of war. Recently, we sent a contingent of different staff from all different areas of the company to participate in the Canungra C3 Challenge.
I noticed you weren't there, Matt.
Yeah, well, see, Bushy, I'm more of a spectator than a participant. Here's what they got up to.
Good stuff, boys.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Nioa TV. Don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube, you can follow us on Facebook, you can troll us on TikTok, and you can stalk us on Instagram. Hey fellas, come in. On what could possibly be your very last Nioa TV. We look forward to seeing you next time on Nioa TV. Well, except for you two.
Well, I don't want to be on it.
We never needed him anyway.
No, he's useless. Useless.
Yes.
Shut up, Jason! That's it. That's all it took, he's gone.
That's CDS Explained. Nioa TV. Shrek out.